Death Note. Death Note follows a high school student named Light Yagami who discovers a strange black notebook. It seems ordinary at first glance, but inside, it hides a terrifying rule. Anyone whose name is written in its pages will die. At first, Light is skeptical, but Bro decides to try it once. When he sees it actually works, something inside him changes. What begins as curiosity soon turns into a mission. Disgusted by the amount of crime and corruption in the world, Light decides to use the notebook to create what he calls a new world free from evil. Damn, I'd love to be in that new world. He starts killing criminals one by one, believing he's doing what justice cannot.
Hey, yo, chill the fuck out, yo.
Watching from the shadows is Ryuk, a Shinigami death god who dropped the notebook into the human world out of boredom. Damn, don't let Bro get bored again. This dude doesn't even try to stop Light because he enjoys the killing, amused by how Light uses the power. As criminals across the world start dying, mysteriously people begin to call him Kira. Damn, Bro even got a nickname for doing the Lord's work. To most, he's a savior, but others say otherwise. Well, I guess we'll never know. Well, not everyone was happy about it, especially this guy, Detective L. Lawliot. He's shy, quiet, and strongly focused on finding out who Kira is. But the game was between two geniuses, so you can guess how it ended. Honestly, I'm just glad Bro's on our team. S tier. Noisy cricket. It's small. Too small. Piece of cake, right? No. Don't let the size fool you. This thing can level a truck. The noisy cricket is one of the most overpowered weapons in Men in Black. A pocket-sized alien blaster that delivers a shockwave big enough to blow up a car and send the user flying backward. When fired, the noisy cricket makes a sound, similar to a cricket. That's likely where the name comes from, I guess. This tiny little thing launches a giant orb of energy that can blast through 5 feet of concrete like it's nothing. Only a few agents are capable of holding the gun properly to minimize the recoil. Unqualified agents get thrown across the room like they weigh nothing. It was given to Agent J by Agent K as his first weapon. J underestimates it, at first thinking it would break because of its small appearance.
I feel like I'm gonna break this damn thing.
But when the time came to use it, Jay fired the noisy cricket 3 times to stop an alien bug, and it threw him backward multiple times. Well, I'd love to own a toy like this. D tier. Notice the God tier only has room for one weapon. That weapon is the most powerful one on this list, so watch till the end to find out. Lightsaber. No, the lightsaber is not just a blade. The lightsaber is one of the most powerful weapons ever created in the Star Wars series. A blade made of pure energy that can cut through almost anything from metal doors to armor. It's not a regular weapon, it's alive with the Force. Only those who can truly connect with it can control it. Each lightsaber is powered by something called a Kyber crystal, a rare gem that chooses its user. That crystal decides the color, the strength, and even the spirit of the blade. The Jedi use it to protect, to bring balance. The Sith use it to dominate, to destroy. A single swing can decide a battle, but controlling one takes years of training. There are many forms of lightsaber combat, 7 to be exact. Some focus on defense speed and raw power. Every warrior adapts their own style, shaped by who they are and what they believe. In the end, it's not the weapon that matters. It's the one holding it. A tier. Excalibur. Excalibur is one of the most legendary weapons in history. The blade of King Arthur himself. Said to be forged by magic, it shines brighter than any steel, and whoever wields it is destined to rule. According to legend, only the true king could pull Excalibur from the stone. Many tried, all failed, until Arthur did it with ease. That single moment turned him from a nobody into the rightful ruler of Britain. The sword isn't just sharp, it's said to be unbreakable, blessed with mystical powers that protect its bearer from harm. Some stories say the blade came from the Lady of the Lake, a spirit who gave Arthur the sword to fulfill his destiny. With Excalibur in hand, Arthur led his knights through countless battles, his blade cutting through enemies and myths alike. But like all great weapons, its power depended on the heart that held it. B tier. Mjolnir. Mjolnir, also known as Thor's hammer, is one of the most legendary weapons in all of fiction. Wielded by Thor, the god of thunder, it's forged from Uru, a rare Asgardian metal born in the heart of a dying star. Its power isn't just in its strength. Mjolnir only obeys those deemed worthy. Anyone else? Good luck even lifting it. Short, but incredibly dense, it returns to its owner when thrown, slices through enemies with precision, and channels the fury of storms. Thor has used it to destroy armies, topple monsters, and shatter magical defenses, all while keeping complete control. Its weight doesn't matter to him. The connection is more than physical. Mjolnir's design is deceptively simple. A short handle with a leather strap and a square head etched with glowing runes. Despite its size, it can level landscapes and move objects far larger than itself. Every swing combines strength and magic, making it feared by gods and monsters alike. Its abilities go beyond raw power. Thor can spin it to fly across the sky, summon lightning and storms, create protective barriers, and manipulate energy. When thrown, it never misses, always finding its target. Even if separated from Thor, Mjolnir waits for the next worthy soul. Over time, only a few like Captain America have lifted it. Epirus Bow. The Epirus Bow is a weapon forged by the gods themselves, powerful enough to kill both mortals and gods. Legends say it once belonged to Heracles, the greatest of heroes. Fearing its power, Zeus sealed the bow inside stone not once but twice to keep it from falling into the wrong hands. The antagonist Hyperion hunts for it, desperate to use its power to destroy the gods. At the same time, the hero Theseus searches for it too, hoping to stop him. Even the gods, especially Athena, fear what will happen if Hyperion finds the bow first. Eventually, the bow was discovered by Theseus within the ancient tombs beneath Heraklion, a ruined city buried in legend. But he was later ambushed, and Hyperion seized the weapon for himself. With the Epirus Bow in hand, Hyperion marched to Mount Tartarus, where he used its divine power to shatter the prison of the Titans, unleashing chaos upon gods and men alike. S tier. Yaka Arrow. Yaka Arrow, also known as the Whistle of Death, is a sleek metal stick that basically asked, what if murder could be musical? It's controlled by one man, Yondu Udanta from Guardians of the Galaxy, a glowing telekinetic mind of its own arrow that responds to sound instead of buttons. Translation, he whistles, people drop. It's like an airstrike, but with better choreography. Made from a Centaurian metal called Yaka, this thing doesn't just fly. It's faster than bullets and guided by one guy's lung capacity. When Yondu's calm, it's elegant. When he's pissed, it's a laser-guided tantrum. There's a scene where he wipes out an entire ship by just whistling a tune. No aim, no reloads, just smooth jazz and corpses. If Spotify ever adds a mass murderer playlist, this arrow deserves the #1 spot. When Yondu died, the arrow didn't just fall, it screamed. It spiraled through space, whistling on its own like it was grieving. It drifted until it found silence, which is somehow sadder than the deaths it caused. Some say it bonded with Kraglin out of loyalty. Personally, I think it's done with humans. Next time you hear someone casually whistling, yeah, maybe duck. C tier. Death Star. The Death Star isn't just a space station, it's the ultimate weapon of mass destruction. A colossal moon-sized battle station built by the Galactic Empire, designed to bring fear to every corner of the galaxy. With a single shot, it can destroy an entire planet. Yeah, an entire planet, and gone in seconds. Constructed in secret, the Death Star was made to enforce Emperor Palpatine's rule through pure terror. Thousands of Imperial engineers and soldiers worked for years to make it a reality, guarded by fleets of Star Destroyers. It wasn't just a weapon, it was a message. Resistance is useless. At the heart of the Death Star lies a massive superlaser, powered by Kyber crystals, the same kind of crystals used in Jedi lightsabers, but on a monstrous scale. When fully charged, those crystals focus energy into a single devastating beam, powerful enough to obliterate a world. The Empire claimed it was for peace, but what they really meant was control through fear. But perfection has its flaws. The rebellion eventually discovered a tiny weakness, a small thermal exhaust port that, if hit precisely, could trigger a chain reaction and destroy the whole station. Sounds impossible, right? Not for Luke Skywalker. In one legendary moment, he fired a proton torpedo into that very port, and the mighty Death Star went up in flames. Still, the Empire wasn't done. They built a second Death Star, even larger and deadlier. But once again, rebellion and hope proved stronger than fear. Both stations fell, showing the galaxy that no weapon, no matter how powerful, can crush the will of those who fight for freedom.